trophy. I say I'm the best because I am.
Well, no trip to the Northwest would be complete without a little rain, and we've got a lot of rain falling right now at CenturyLink Field in downtown Seattle. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Indianapolis Colts and the Seattle Seahawks. The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. This will be fielded at the 6. Then he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line.
At their own 27-yard line.
Right there, 54, right there, 54 Mike. Hey, let's get this. Shit!
Bang out, bam.
26.
On the ground, this is Rashad Penny. 4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
I can't help it. Every time I see Eric Berry make a play, as we just saw him make a tackle there, I just want to stand up and applaud.
Because he went to Tennessee like you?
Well, that doesn't hurt one bit, but how about the comeback? I mean, he came back from beating cancer and getting back to Pro Bowl level, one of the best players in the game.
Now a handoff looking right. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on third down?
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
And he will have a first down here at about the 40. Give him 6 yards in the first down. Defense had a chance to get off the field here on the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important third down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
Gonna give this time to the tailback. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first.
This is a little bit like baseball here. Strong up the middle. Both sides want to be that. In this case, the offense ended up winning the ultimate battle.
And those big runs between the tackles, that's a little deflating for a defense, isn't it?
It really is, because that's where your strength's supposed to be. You're supposed to be in a spot where they can't make that yardage there. You're supposed to send them outside. Not in this case.
Penny, a first down carry. Now a flag comes in from the umpire after a gain of about 4. And this looks like it's going to be holding. So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Now they'll throw it with Wilson. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for second down. To throw is Wilson. He's got his man. That's Josh Gordon. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. 23 yards the pickup there.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to...
Is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. He's coming off a 3-interception performance last week, so certainly not how he wanted to start here.
Not at all, but this is where a quarterback gets tested. This is where we find out what he has underneath that jersey, because he had a bad game last week. Can he shake off a bad start to this one and start to perform at the level he expects?
On the ground, this is Leonard Fournette. So he got free of one tackle, but couldn't do a whole lot else. Tackle made by Delano Hill.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape, he's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first.
Oh, that's a big one right there. You talk about breaking off a huge chunk of real estate. But if you're the defensive coordinator, you cannot dwell on the fact you just gave up an explosive run. You have to look ahead, regroup your guys, and figure out a way to slow down this attack.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you. 58, right over there.
Well, throw on first down with Wilson. Forced out to his left. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn that into a positive gain. Able to get a couple here, but won't get across the plane as they stop him right around the 1.
Quiet, 90.
Against the mic. Get your swerve on.
They'll try to run for it with Penny. And he will take this one in for the Seattle touchdown. Rashad Penny, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 to score as they start 1st and 10. He'll have a first down past the 40. And he'll be taken down at the 26. A big play there on the option. 49 yards. So they dig a little deeper in the playbook there. Get the wide receiver the ball, running it, and it proves fruitful.
Love the call. When you've got a guy who has running back skills, you want him to touch the ball as well, not just out wide where you throw it to him. Make sure you hand it to him or toss it to him and let him go to work.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Going for it all. And nearly picked it off. He had a chance to come down with that in the end zone, but it'll wind up just being incomplete.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. They'll toss it to Fournette. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
Yeah, and that was a safety that came through and made the play. But there's no doubt in my mind, he hits like a linebacker. And we see a lot of that in today's NFL, don't we?
And that time we do indeed. A big hit for a loss.
Hey, team 6. Team 6.
56.
Now.
6 right there. 56. Lost a slip.
Go, Jack. Make them.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Herbert looking deep for Hilton. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now since it's 4th down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. And this is no good. Close but no cigar, just wide right. And this score will stay right where it is.
Now, if this was a clear day in September, I'd say this is well within his range. I'd feel very confident about this kick, but let's be honest about it. In these elements, the difficulty level gets ratcheted up by at least a factor of 5.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground. It's Rashad Penny. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Now it's Wilson. Oh, he tries to get it to Metcalf, but it's intercepted. Picked off near the 42.
Let's go. 60 or. Let's go.
Off play action. Herbert. And an alley to run. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Ready?
2nd and 1. Steps away to his left. And now he's going to use his legs. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. Taking matters into his own hands, and he picks up 4 yards and a 1st down.
Ready? 50-60 outlaw. Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Look at me. Zipper. New draw Corker.
Fournette, a 1st down carry. He's going to get 4 out of this as he's down to the 10-yard line.
Come on, set.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Go. Wahoo!
54. Blue Dan. Right there. 54. Right there. Go.
2nd and 6. The quick slant caught. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. From 10 yards out, as they are now on the board here in the first half.
Brandon, my man, just one sentence for that one. Clinic.
And that's what they've done. They lead the league in points per game this season, but it's been quick strikeability as we saw on that drive.
I think they're actually intimidating defenses because they're back on their heels right away, wondering where it's going to come from, how they're going to hit them. This group is well organized, well coached, and extremely confident in what they do.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And he'll probably wish he'd reconsidered here. It will cost him 10 yards as he's down at the 15.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive, almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
Brandon, so many times we see the crossing route start as a quick hitter, but in this play, he had time in the pocket and waited for him to clear going across.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Wilson leaves this one with Penny. He's brought down there by Kenny Moore.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half, maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Come on here, come get some. 58.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Wilson. Well, the catch is made here by Tyler Lockett. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. That one good for 26 and a first down. Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 down at the 31. They'll run with Penny here out of the shotgun. Jamal Sheard on the stop.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
Watch the slap, watch the slap.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Wilson nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jamie Collins. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. Wilson and the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here.
Hey, check Mike 54. Mike 54. Watch the flag. Watch the flag.
From the shotgun, Wilson. Open man is Metcalf. He's got it. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. And yes, they want the points, so they will decline the penalty. No question there.
You don't think they spent a couple seconds mulling over what the penalty
I don't even know why they asked the sideline.
Not at all. When you put the ball in the end zone on a takeaway, take the points and keep moving.
No, he missed the PAT. No good on the extra point, so a letdown there. And this will stay a 6-point ball game. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. This is taken at his 4. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line.
1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
At the 26-yard line.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Looking to throw on second down. Herbert. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress. There's nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And this punt sails over the sideline. And the spot, it looks to be right at the 25-yard line.
24-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this?
And Wilson's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked up by Kenny Moore. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line. This one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Herbert. That ball caught by Funchess. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Devin Funchess. His third touchdown now on the year. And now they can recapture the lead if they can make the PAT.
Touchdown, Indianapolis.
Now for the point after. And that one will give them the lead here as we approach halftime. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he probably should have stayed in the end zone as he'll muster a return up to only the 14-yard line.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive, almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. He'll find Metcalf. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. To Just like that, out of danger and up past the 40 now for 1st and 10.
Let's go, G. Tighten up.
Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Wilson. He lets it fly for Lockett. It's caught inside the 25. Now the Seahawks forced to use their 3rd and final timeout, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the 1st half. So a big play as it gets them all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Dancing to his left. He's going to take off with it. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's 2nd down. So a very tight 1st half. We had to break in a 1-point game. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the 2nd half. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the 1st half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be 3rd down.
On the set. Greystone, travel.
They'll run it again with Fournette. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A gain of 11 that time, and a Colts 1st down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
Yes, yes. Hey, check. Hey, Alpha. 57. Check.
57's Mike. Mike 57.
You remember me? Let's go, baby. Let's go.
On 1st and 10, Herbert. And he's got the hook up to Moore. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. Indianapolis moving the chains there on a gain of 12.
Ready.
So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Hey, exit. Leo. Lights 57.
Back to throw. Herbert. There goes a deep ball. End zone. And he's got his man. It's Hilton for the Colts touchdown. T.Y. Hilton. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Colts, they add on to their advantage. Oh, I was just about to say he hadn't missed an extra point all season, but there it is. His first miss, no good. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. This is taken at his 4. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. It's a gain of 15, first down Seahawks.
People worry about throwing the out route because often it can get jumped, and that can turn into either an incompletion or an interception, but not on that one. Everything came together, and he catches it and goes over the sideline.
I hope you brought your lunch because I'm about to take you to school. 58, right over there. Yeah. Mike, 58, right there.
Hey guys, listen. Get the ball right here. Let's go.
Now Wilson on first down. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. They get 17 on that one. Move the chains. First down Seahawks.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Gotta go, in and out. Let's go. Watch out. Check Mike 54. Mike 54. Watch QB draw.
On first and 10, it's Wilson. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. Darius Leonard able to record his 5th sack of the season. Now following the sack, they'll come up here on a second down and 12.
I don't think you got it, sir. At 58.
Now Wilson. This one into the hands of Metcalf. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts' 22-yard line.
Partner, this is one of the best routes anyone can have in their offensive playbook. Tough to defend because you think it's a go route, and then he breaks it back on the comeback. There's one other thing you need as well.
A well-thrown ball?
Exactly right. You have a guy who has some precision in throwing the football because of the timing of the route.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 21. He's at the 40. Past the 20. 10. 5. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Colts TD.
That was an interception, but on the field, the guys who are picking it off, they're not saying that. What word are they using? It's Oski. And that means catch the ball and go the other way.
That's your vernacular. I've never heard anybody say Oski.
Ask around. They'll tell you.
Extra point right down the middle. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This will be taken very short. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And last time, decent field position through the pick six. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right? Good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position and not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Wilson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Darius Leonard in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
A great return there, bobbing and weaving his way for 31 yards. And the Colts are set up well as they take over 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. Fournette on the counter. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. A gain of 11 that time, and a Colts first down.
A gain of 11 on the play. And the Colts first down.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
91.
They keep it with Fournette on 1st down. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Leonard Fournette, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Colts, they add on to their advantage.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run, and one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, but for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker lugging the rock.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position.
Rush coming, and he's taken down.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back. Those are the ones you focus on and want to take away, and they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down. Went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. He's going to wind up and air it out. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 38, and his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4.
Hey, Haywood. Snap.
Throwing on 1st down. Herbert. Quick slant. Caught by Moore. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the Seahawks have picked it up. Well, he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And they bring this one back. It's a fumble recovery and a Seattle touchdown. So we've got a challenge. Our referee's going to take another look on the tablet. He's going to be watching to see if the knee was down prior to the ball coming out.
I love what you just said there. You nailed it, because if the ball's shifting or moving before the knee or any other part of the body hits the ground, then that would be considered a fumble.
Break. 54. Mike 54. I smell fear in that offense.
Fournette running right. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big, big number. But 20 was the threshold, because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. And an alley to run. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Anytime the offense shows what they call a shot play or a chunk play where they're trying to get big yardage, sometimes people just call it gadget plays, and you hold it to a gain that we just saw there, you feel pretty good about yourself as a defense.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Nyheim Hines, his first carry. Tackle coming from the safety, Trey Flowers.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? They'll step off the 5 yards.
Yeah, partner, you know, defensive end, he wants to get into the offensive backfield. He wants that get off to be as fast as possible. A little too quick on that one.
So after the penalty, now they need just a yard on 2nd down. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Going to throw deep for the end zone. 23 yards for the touchdown. And the Colts, they add on to their advantage. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
Let's go!
At their own 30-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious, because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Again, it's Penny. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. First down, Seattle, 16 yards, the gain there.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
Now Rashad Penny. And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. The veteran Jamie Collins there on the tackle.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
I got you, boy. I got you, boy.
On 2nd and 7, Wilson. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. They face a third down now as they try to find a late score. Here's Wilson, and he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
Wide open receiver complete. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on fourth. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. From the gun, it's Wilson. He's going to let it fly. And nearly picked it off. He had a chance to come down with that in the end zone, but it'll wind up just being incomplete. 2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
Wilson now to throw again. And an alley to run. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts 23. Throwing now, Wilson on first down. And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop him with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Here's Wilson to throw. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the gun, Wilson now in desperation, and it's intercepted at the goal line. A great read, and it's picked off. And he will bring it out past the 20-yard line. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now, that's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 21-yard line.
But Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Indianapolis, that's now 5 wins on the campaign as they get the job done here. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Seattle, their season